Hi, it's Christy from Chapter Chatter and Book Babble. Welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new here, welcome to my channel. You're probably new because I'm new. This is only my third video, I believe. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the April TBR, playing my TBR Twister game, which I absolutely love. Um, so before we jump into that, I will just tell you to be, totally transparent here. Today is April 12th. So this is coming really late. However, in my defense, I did record this on the 1st of April. I just didn't edit and upload it. I kind of went through a period of time where I was like, oh, what's the point? Nobody's really interested anyway. Why am I bothering? Blah, 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 right? And so that happened. And then someone had posted on my video for my March TBR and just kind of said, they hoped I was recording another one soon. And I thought, well, maybe somebody out there cares, right? Maybe somebody wants to see it. And I love doing it so much that I just decided to just go ahead. I'll just do it. And if you like it, maybe you'll watch it. And whether anybody watches it or not, I'll have a good time, right? So, March. Let's talk about March. I failed my March TBR epically. um, let's talk about what we had and what we did. So I carried over two books from February that I had already begun. Ghosts of East Anglia, which I DNF'd. I told you in the last TBR video I thought I might. I was not feeling that. So I did DNF that one. And the other one is The Train to Impossible Places, which is right here. And I will be carrying this one over again into April because I did not finish it. Okay, so those were my two February carryovers. And then, in addition, I had Sometimes Magic. I don't remember what these were for, so no, I did not have Sometimes Magic. So that was one of the ones that the F5 wiped out. So, but anyway, I don't know what what the prompts were. I cannot remember, so forgive me. The books I did have were On Winding Hill Road, which I did not read. Midnight for Charlie Bone, which I did not read. Plain Bad Heroines, which again I did not read. Those three were all Twister Jar picks, as well as The Squire's Tale. Didn't read it either. And Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Nope, didn't read any of those. And then when I actually started playing the game, I got the prompt. I'm sorry, my hair's kind of bothering me. I got the prompt audiobook and I chose Ready Player One, which I did read and thoroughly enjoyed. And then I got a Try a Chapter, and I didn't do that vlog either. I didn't read anything for that. I got Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I did not read. The Hearse You rode in on, or I'm sorry, The Hearse You came in on. I did not read. The Hobbit. Nope. The Seven Professors of the Far North. Nope. And Thursday Murder Club, which I did read, and I liked it. It was good. So I did not do well. Okay, so the way my game works is since I failed, I have to add a twister to the board, which I haven't made the extra twisters yet, but I've got a thing that I'm going to use to cover that. It's not a problem. And I have to carry over at least one book from my March TBR into my April TBR because I failed. Now, The one that I'm carrying over from February does not count. I have to carry over one from March, and my March carryover is going to be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was very excited about reading. Was very excited about reading this, and it's very short, and I can never figure out where to put these. Eventually, I will set up a different filming system, and we'll be okay. Oh, and my hands are yellow because I'm currently dyeing paper. It's kind of a mess. Okay, so Charlie and the Chocolate Factory will be on my April TBR because it will be carried over from March. All right, let's get started playing the game. I'm super excited. Okay, everyone, let's play TBR Twister. Now, as you know by now, I did fail epically my TBR for March. So I have to choose a carryover book from the ones that I failed. And I did choose to keep Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And so this slip is going back into my little thing here. All the other slips have already been folded and put back into the twister jar. So yeah. Also, I did change my twister jar. Now I had my husband make 3D print me a book that I was going to do this with, but the slips keep getting stuck in it. So, but he was also making ammo boxes, and he made this one the wrong size, and he said, "Hey, do you want this for something?" And I said, "Yeah, let me use that." So this is what we're using for our TBR twister jar. Not exactly a jar, but it works, right? Okay, here we go. Whoop. Well, if I got on to start, that would be a help, right? Oh, before we start, where's my phone? So we need to place our additional twister because we did fail the TBR. Now, I haven't made those twisters yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this little paper button I have. And so let's see where we're going to put it. There are 34 spaces on the board, and oops, random number from 1 to 34. Okay, and we're just gonna, I'm gonna hit this 3 times, and we'll take the third one, and that's where we're gonna place the twister. So 1, 2, 3, 17. So it will go on the 17th space, unless that's already a twister space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's going to go right there. And that's about midway through the board. That's not too terrible. So yeah. All right. Are we ready now, finally? Let's go. 10. That's a good start. That's a big number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's a shelter space. And it couldn't be better because shelter spaces are free spaces. We don't have to do anything. So let's roll again. Roll number 2. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got a thunder space. I still don't have my cards made, so we're still using the wheel. I'm hoping to be able to get to the cards this month so that we will have them for May. So let's see, that's lightning. Let's switch over to thunder. All right, ready? And here we go. Sprayed edges. That's not a bad one at all. We got sprayed edges. Okay. So our first spot that we landed on was a shelter space. And shelter spaces, we don't have to do anything. Those are free spaces. We just land and go on, right? So no books for that one. And then we got a thunder space. And for the thunder space, the spinner wheel gave us sprayed edges. So what I decided to do is I am going to bring The Hobbit back into my April TBR. This book was on my March TBR, and I'm going to put it back on the TBR for April. It has gorgeous sprayed edges. This book was gifted to me for my birthday, which is December 24th, and it was gifted to me for my birthday from my son. And yeah, it's a gorgeous book, and it's a reread, but I have been really, really anxious to read it. And you can see it's got, um, in addition to the sprayed edges, well, it has a lot of artwork in it and different things. Um, maps, and it's got this map, and so yeah, so I'm really anxious to read it. And first book on the April TBR, The Hobbit. Right edges. Roll number 3. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is another thunder space. This is going really well. Okay. Sprayed edges again. Okay. Okay, our next roll got us sprayed edges again. It was another thunder space, and the spinner wheel gave us sprayed edges again. I was kind of on the fence about that. Like, should I do something since I got the same thing twice in a row? Should there be some kind of like add an extra spin or something? But I'm not exactly sure how I would do that. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do going forward is I would have to do 2 books as opposed to like I'd have to spend twice for that space. That's probably what I'll do going forward. However, for this one, I didn't have a plan, so we just have sprayed edges again. So for this one, I chose A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. This book I purchased, this is going to sound so stupid. I purchased this book just because of this. I mean, isn't that beautiful? I know nothing about the book, but dang, look at those edges. Those are gorgeous. I had to have it. Had to have it. It's going to look so good on the bookshelf. I had to have it. There was just, I know, it's dumb, but I did it. So let's see what it's about, shall we? It began as all things did, a girl on the shore, terrified and desirous. Effie Sayre has always believed in fairy tales, even though, crumbling under the pressure of her first term at college, she can't always seem to tell the difference between fact and fiction. Her only solace has been Argard, an epic from Lyrian national hero and author Amiris Mirden. Taken by chance and maybe fate to the author's estate, she is intent on finding the purpose to her own story, but instead stumbles upon Preston Hillary, a scholar from the Literature College. Preston has come to Hiraeth Manor, determined to prove Effie's favorite author is a fraud, and her only hope of proving him wrong is to conspire with him. But Hiraeth, perched on the very edge of a wrathful ocean, holds dark secrets, the likes of which both Effie and Preston thought only existed in the pages of Meriden stories. The house and the truth might just ruin them both, as the sea threatens to swallow it, them, and all their stories whole. Part historical fantasy, part rivals to lovers romance, and part gothic mystery, this feminist fairy tale has captivated readers with its haunting, dreamlike atmosphere. And on the back it says, but if fairies and monsters were real, so were the women who defeated them. This sounds really interesting, especially since my research is partly in fairy tales. So this sounds like a really interesting read. We're going to give it a shot. Study in Drowning. This is the second book on the April TBR. We absolutely cannot hit the F5. So we only have one twister left. So we want, this is going so well. We've only got 3 books with the carryover book on our TBR. Incredibly well. I mean, it couldn't go any better as long as we don't hit this space right here. Let's see what happens. We do not want a 5. And we got a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're one shy of the finish. This is a lightning space. And we're only going to have 4 books because the next one is for sure going to finish. So let's switch over to lightning. And here we go. Least read genre. Least read genre. Well, okay. Our next roll got us a lightning space, and the spinner wheel landed on least read genre. I struggled with this a little bit because I don't know what my least read genre is. But I finally settled on nonfiction, which it's not really a genre, but it is the thing I read the least. So that's what I settled on. And I don't think it's really a genre. Maybe it is. I don't know. So I settled on 12 Days of Terror. I had chosen this book in the March TBR before the F5 wiped out my TBR. And so I thought I would put it back on. I have previously started this book. I did not get very far into it. And I got sidetracked, had to put it down. So I want to give it another shot. This book is supposed to be, as I understand it, the true story that inspired the movie Jaws. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting read. Let's see what it says. In July 1916, with the specter of American involvement in World War I on the horizon, and New York City in the throes of a deadly polio epidemic, the tri-state population thronged to the Jersey Shore in search of a respite from the stifling midsummer heat. The Atlantic's refreshing waters proved to be utterly inhospitable, however. In a shockingly brief span of just 12 days, 4 swimmers were violently and fatally mauled by a marauding shark or school of sharks, and a 5th was seriously injured, escaping within inches of his life. By the 3rd week in July, national newspapers were headlining reports of battles against man-eating sharks above the battles of war across the ocean. Yeah, so this is going to be really interesting. And so this will be the 3rd book on my April TBR, 12 Days of Terror. Genre. Okay, and that finishes us, and the last book is a free pick. That could not have gone any better. That is incredible. Can you believe this? We are done. That is stunningly good, especially after the March TBR game. This was excellent. We wound up with only 4 books on the TBR other than the carryover, which is a super short book. It's like 140 or 160 pages, and then finishing up the carryover from February. So yeah, altogether 6 books. But anyway, let's go ahead and the book I chose for the last, when we land on finish, it's always a freebie, write anything I want to read. And I chose Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This book is, as I understand it, is the story of Hamish and his games. Now, if you are familiar with the Hunger Games, then you know that Hamish Abernathy was the mentor for the tributes from District 12, which was Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark. And Hamish was a middle-aged drunk. He was very gruff and kind of unfriendly at first. He turns into something much more than that, but that's the way it starts. And so his story being in the 50th Hunger Games, which was the year that so they do quarter quells, and so the 50th Hunger Games was a quarter quell. And so the special thing that happened for his quarter quell was that they had to choose twice as many tributes from each district, which gets into a whole lot of information that, anyway. So that was Hamish's games, and we never got to find out anything about his games in the story of the Hunger Games, because I believe there was a time when it was mentioned that Katniss and Peeta kind of felt like they were invading his privacy by watching his games. So, as I understand it, Sunrise on the Reaping is the story of Hamish's games, and it's going to be a really interesting read. I'm very excited for it. This book just came out. I just received my copy, and it has been my most anticipated read of 2025. So I'm very excited about it. This is the next book on my April TBR, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. So this TBR could not have gone any better. Super happy about it. Everything went great. We don't have that much reading to do. Let me show you. I have them here. This is it. Let's get it in camera. This is it, guys. This is all of my April TBR. We have The Train to Impossible Places, which is the carryover from February. We have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory right in there, which is our carryover from March. We have The Hobbit for Sprayed Edges. We have A Study in Drowning for Sprayed Edges. 12 Days of Terror for my least read genre, and Sunrise on the Reaping for a free pick. And that's it. And this is entirely and completely doable. I am so excited about this TBR. I think I might actually finish it. So, thank you so much for watching and joining me for my April TBR. And I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and come back and visit with me again. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're reading in April. Let me know if you're familiar with any of these books. Let me know what you think of them. And I'll talk with all of you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.